Time flows relentlessly onward, a river that changes all that ever was. Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know? Fair enough. Ask away then, and I shall try my best to enlighten you. I know of a curse that binds a veiled island hidden among far shores. One ship escaped their fate, however, but was wrecked to the north, beyond the tomb of Ysgramor. This situation surely bears further investigation. Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know? Fair enough. Ask. I'm quite fond of Aelid culture, aren't you? Sometimes I would imagine my sanctum to have the same design, but for now these ones will have to do. Indeed, you must. Fair enough. Ask away. I hear that one who walks like us, and whose very steps pave the ground of fire and ash, was last spotted near Raven Rock, after he returned from a long voyage in Akavir to deal with a situation that involves dawn, fire, and dreams.
You! I've heard rumours, whispers of you through all the land, but never imagined that you would have the audacity to travel with the Dragonborn. The one who would return all to light now walks with one who has sworn to keep the land in eternal night.
The only one who shall see eternal night is you. Are we ready to depart? I'm sorry, that was quite a foolish mistake on my part. For as long as they have existed, the Thalmor have ever sought me out, whether to sway me to their cause or for the lost secrets I hold. Now, I'm afraid they've found me again, and I need your help to stop them. What do you mean? The Thalmor recruit all the races of Tamriel under their dread banner, and not all of them show their attitudes openly. Perhaps this agent was drunk, foolish, or simply believed himself invulnerable. There can be no compromise with the Thalmor. They are a blight upon Tamriel, and must be purged. Very well. I acted in my own interest. Yes, I know who he was, and why he sought me out. That man was no Thalmor agent. His real name is lost to time, but you and I know him as the Nerevarine, the one who freed Morrowind from the shadow of Dagoth Ur. As for why he sought me out, I believe he has found an arcane formula of immense power, and believes that only I could decipher it. As I said before, I have ever kept great power at bay, for it could unleash a doom unseen since the dawn of time. His intentions, however, are unknown to me. We should seek him out, on an ashy island far to the northeast, and learn what we can. He is beyond my ability to extinguish, at least for now, as are you, Dragonborn, as well as myself, for we are all emissaries to this world of waking dreams. Fear not, he shall be waiting for us there, hopefully with the answers we seek. Show me you can play my eternal game. listen, life shall return. Those challenges never live to see tomorrow.
The second emissary returns, and takes their place beside the third. Welcome, Dragonborn. I am less than pleased to see your companion here, but I shall do my best to be a good host all the same. Now, I am sure you have a lot of questions. Ask away, and when we are done, perhaps you shall have a greater understanding of the situation at hand. I did not, as I am sure you already know. It was your companion here who made the first move, and set in chain a series of events that can never be undone. But perhaps they can be mitigated, to some extent. Ah, yes. I'm getting ahead of myself. But know this, the three of us are here today, not by chance or choice, but by the hand of fate. Soon, each one of us will stand at the brink of the abyss with a pivotal role to play. One shall stand as dusk, and preserve the melody that lulls all to endless sleep. The other shall stand as dawn, and bring an end to night. And the third? They are the grey, maybe, and can both create and destroy. But you shall see that for yourself soon enough. This world is already lost. War sweeps across all of Tamriel. Dragons roam the skies, burning all in their path, and the towers are failing. Yet even now, there is a glimmer of hope. We can persevere, recreate and rebuild what was once lost. With help from beyond the veil. I am not from this realm, but I am now of it. Shaped by my experiences here, yet I can still bring a spark from the beyond, a single piece of knowledge that can be our only redemption. You know not of what you speak, but yes, I will do what I believe is right. Alone, I could never use this power. The other one, your companion Aurlyn, she will help me achieve my goals. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you, for I still have a final task I must attend to.
He was beyond cryptic, but if he plans to destroy the world, then the best way to do so would be by waking the Godhead. A primordial entity whose dreams are the world you see around you. All it ever was, and all it ever can be, will vanish like the morning dew should the Godhead wake. Many have speculated that it would take a cataclysm event that defies all logic to achieve such a feat. I believe, however, that, as with all dreams, the dreamer must manifest themselves inside it. As such, destroying this projection would cause the dreamer to wake, as all do when they die in a dream. I cannot answer that question, at least not yet. But most are random fragments of personality that quickly take on the mind of their own and become a distinct entity. They are as substantial and diverse as any being in a world that would be considered real, but whose existence is tied to the expectation that a primordial entity must remain asleep. I wouldn't go that far, but reality is what you make of it. Living a full and diverse life in an unreal world where your actions influence your peers and surroundings is just as satisfying and indistinguishable from living in reality. They are nothing more than manifestations of different aspects of the Godhead's personality. Such creatures are driven by the absolutes and ideals that define them, and can never be anything else. No. It is an unconscious entity, and has not the cognition to do anything but slumber. However, I would imagine it to be very durable, which is why the Nerevarine must use an otherworldly force to destroy it. Throughout my long years of study, I believe it is located in the depths of an ancient ruin called Time's End. We should head there before the Nerevarine has a chance to unmake the world.
You're too late, Aurlyn. I have already transported the sleeping projection to another location, whose name I will defend with my last breath.
You may have secured the Dreamer, but I can still sunder its dream. With the power at my fingertips, I can force a new dawn, and bring the world to light.
Yes, but how? You may hold great power, but only I have the single scrap of paper I managed to recover from the world that we came from. And it has long since been turned to ash.
I already know the formula that you hold so dear. All things once came from undying light, and with but a small shift, they can be returned to the same.
Of course. You have always known. You were the sharpest of us all, and slept in a lucid sleep so that you could know the best of both worlds. Yet now, you seek to destroy the one you helped create. This dream has a life of its own now, and to end it would be to extinguish the countless sparks of sentience that we have sown in our wake. I am sorry, old friend, but I cannot allow you to pursue this path.
Then you shall be dusk, and I will stand as dawn, for dawn has always brought an end to night. Days. Surprised? You must have thought I betrayed you and managed to destroy the world. In truth, that is not far from what I have done. Yet, as one story ends, another must begin. You and I, we know this better than anyone. Stories, they are the only reason we exist at all. I have given all mortals a chance to write their own stories, instead of being a part of another's. Don't look at me like that. You know as well as I that the world we visited was a prison, one with bars not of iron or steel, but with words. Words that were written at the dawn of time, and that no mortal could hope to change. Even we who walked the edge between worlds were as much a captive as anyone else. Yes, now there is no longer one dream, one vision, one story, but many. Mine, yours, the shopkeeper's who stands behind his stall under a crimson sky, the little girl's who runs along the seashore with salt in her hair, even the drunkard's who finds blissful unbroken solace at the bottom of a flagon. All of this cumulates to a world we can all share in, live in, breathe in. Now no longer do we dance to the tune of a singular mind. Rather we each play our own unique melody, and each note adds to a masterpiece created not by one, but by the many. The Godhead may have been the dreamer, but I have ever been the architect that shaped the dream that would last 1,000 years. Just as a storyteller finds his creations take on a life of their own after countless tellings, I have peered into the eyes of every mortal, known their inner self, and used my accumulated knowledge over untold eternities to recreate the world anew. No, this world has a life of its own now. From darkness there must come a dawn, and from dawn comes the minds of all. I have given each mind a dream, and made it interconnected with the tapestry of all. Before, none but us, the emissaries, were truly real. Now, I might have sparked this world, but it will not end even if I am undone. To call it real, that might be a more appropriate word than any other. As for myself, I know not where this world lies in relation to the one we came from, but I do know that I have severed all ties with it. Perhaps I have forsaken my true self for an exiled realm, and that I now physically lie in a sleep akin to death, as do you. But for now I will walk in this new world, as an equal to all, and will enjoy it while I can. For while I may not last, this new dawn is here to stay. Yes, but you certainly would not have taken a chance to change everything, if losing meant losing everything. I was prepared to take that risk. You have always done what you thought was right, as have I, and thus I could not reveal my true intentions. I hope you harbour no ill will against me for this deception, and still count me as an ally. Now, let us return to the world of man and mer, and witness the start of a story of our own making. Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. True, I have betrayed your heart to reshape the world, and the motives, no ends how just or noble, have never justified the means. To speak falsehoods and shadow intent was the only path to my goal, and I shall certainly not make any excuses for my actions. If you wish for us to part, then I shall do so at once, yet still honour your call, for I believe that your path differs not far from my own, for we have ever been sentinels against the void, and done what we thought was right. For what it is worth, you have my sincerest apologies, as well as a promise that no matter where we meet or where we stand, I shall forever view you as an ally and a friend, and speak true my every intent. Thank you. Such words are good to hear, for they are but a seal, a promise of mutual trust for all to hear. Indeed. Speak true, and I shall listen. Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. Yes, to the extent that logic and experience allow. Now everyone can live their own dreams, write their own fate, and choose what path to take in life instead of being subject to the dictates of fate. This change will not happen immediately, for all mortals have danced too long to this unseen tune, and know not of any other way. But you and I shall be the heralds of dawn, and bring about an awakening with our voice and heart, shouting freedom for all to hear. Eventually all will change, as it always has, and when we walk among this new world in an eon that is yet to come, we shall witness marvels unseen, for they were never subjected to the hand of fate.
Indeed? Speak true.
Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. Here perhaps, for we are but a shadow of our true selves, but in a place far removed from this realm of dreams. We can be slain as any other mortal. Were that to happen, then our shadows here shall be no more, and this time there will never come a dawn. Our projections may wax and wane, but our minds will never truly die. However, if you and I are slain in battle, then we might as well consider ourselves dead, for it likely will take eons to regain a physical presence on Nirn, and by then we will have missed the events of significance that defy the day. Always. What shall we? Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. That is for you to decide, for you have ever been the grey maybe, the will that can both create and destroy. You have walked many roles, but always chose your own path, and that is what truly defines you. For from where you stand, nothing is ever written, and nothing is ever known.
Indeed?
Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. Only through my death could the Godhead have been awoken, for such an event would have been both catastrophic and beyond all logic to such an entity. I knew I could never stand against the combined might of two heroes of prophecy, and thus chose to sacrifice myself to bring the coming of dawn.
Indeed? Speak true.
Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. Certainly not. I have glimpsed but a moment of a dream, a singular point where the nature and structure of this world was known. But tomorrow brings a new dawn, for all change to the dance of time, and I know not what this new pattern, or any other, might hold.
Indeed?
Ask away then, and I will answer if I can. I can, but I will not. Were I to commit such an act, those who resulted would be abominations, lost in both time and space, and devoid of any trappings of their former life. Indeed, I believe I have not the right to grant an awakening from those caught in the void's embrace, unless they explicitly wish me to do so before their final end, or I was the one responsible for their demise. For existence can be as cruel a torment as any wrought by fire and steel. I cannot, nor can I bring myself back from beyond death, for our minds are not of this world, but are caught behind the veil. Then speak your mind, and I shall do the same, for here lies the last sanctuary of hopes and dreams. Sometimes it gets hard to focus on the ultimate goal, the preservation of Nirn, when the masses wreak as much havoc and chaos as any threat to the integrity of the world. Often I would think about retiring and letting grim fate wash everything away, but I always see a spark, some small act of valour that forces me to rethink my course and realise that the world, no matter how wicked and corrupt, is always worth saving, for it is but a reflection of our minds, and that realisation is what truly keeps the darkness at bay.